Greetings, 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 and salutations, one and all. Happy hump day to ya. Welcome to the last day of the night shift week. It's Real Talk Wednesday. How you doing? I want to say big ups to all those who have it locked in on TuneIn Radio, the Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stew, RockTheBox.net, and all the RockTheBox affiliates and Night Shift affiliates carrying the show. Big ups to you. Those who have it locked on PMG TV, big ups. And of course, those here on kevinstew.com, home of the Night Shift, the place where you get to watch live and in living color and participate in the stew pot. You throw in your little bit of mix up. Yeah, the chat room, aka the stew pot, is up, running, and waiting for you. Big ups to my brethren, host of Real Rockers, Marlon, walking encyclopedia, reggae music encyclopedia himself, Burrell. Yo, listen, this guy, big ups to you, Marlon. And everybody else who have it locked right now, whether you're locked in secret or about to jump into the stew pot, welcome. Glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you, and believe me, I wouldn't even want to try.
Everybody start to clap for me. Seconds are coming back again. Everybody start to clap for me. The seconds are coming back, oh yeah. Everybody start to clap for me. Seconds are coming back.
Yeah, understand, clap for me.
Everybody start to clap for me. See, I was born in Lamont, but I grew up like guitar. From the day that I was born, I knew that I would be a star.
I want to say thank you to Pulse Media
But you don't get to my butt. I say what you want.
for sponsoring this segment of the show. When being in the moment is priceless. Pulse Media Group got the hookup for you. 754-999-6020. That's 754-999-6020. Just use my name when you call them, yeah?
I touch Jamaica and the whole place turn up. I touch Canada and the whole place turn up. I touch Miami and the whole place turn up. I'm a home TNT and the whole city turn up. Anywhere that I go and the whole place turn up. London, England, well you know that.
Kicking it off with a little second star.
Let's get to where superstars are made him.
The track is called Lifestyle.
Second star coming back again. Everybody start to clap for me. Second star coming back. Yeah. Everybody start to clap for me. Second star coming back again. Everybody start to clap for me. Stay the fast now. I give the people them all of me love. I give the people them all of me trust. I give the people them all I can give. That's why the people them show love to me. I give the people them all of me love. I give the people them all of me trust. I give the people them my life take. That's why they show love to me right now. Getting nice. Watch how I change up my lifestyle. Tell Caribbean their life. Man, I'm flyer than you pay. Yeah, right now getting nice. Watch how I change up my lifestyle. People keep me with their smiles. Everywhere they know me name. Well, everybody let me start mash it up. Touch a big stage, catch a big show, mash it up. Everybody come true, cause they know I mash it up. Every place that we go, every fete that we show. And the people don't know. Cause I me come to mash up the place. Me come to make people wave. Make people get mad full of vibes. Put your hand in the sky, yes. Everybody start to clap to me. Seconds are coming back again. Everybody start to clap to me.
The track is called Lifestyle.
Everybody start to clap to me. Seconds are coming back again. Everybody start to clap to me.
And on this Real Talk night,
Thanks to all the people that moving, supporting me from shade beginning to the end. To all myself, to all of my haters them. Give me every single one of them. Big up some, big up a dance, big up everybody. So in a dream, give me some. So big up and give me some. Them who supporting and have the voice and just pouring. Give me some, that's why they give me some thanks. Everybody else we doing give me some thanks. All the hard working so that people love the whole wide world, but you know that we give thanks.
on this Real Talk night, we're going to be talking about some lifestyles or some things that can affect your lifestyle. This is the son of Marsville,
I know.
featuring Skinny Fabulous.
That you want it.
It's a Give It To You remix.
So, girl, let we go. Come, let we start it. Just hit.
You want me to start it?
I want give it to ya. I want give it to ya. I want give it to ya. I want give it to ya.
Yeah, I want to give it to you too.
I want give it to ya, baby.
Let's talk about it.
I want give it to ya. I want give it to ya. I want you balance, then tip. I want you walk it up, sit. I want you balance, then tip. I want you walk it up, sit. I want give it to ya. I want give it to ya. I want give it
So I want to give it to you. Do you want it?
to ya. I want give it to ya, baby.
773-789-STEW gets you in touch.
I want give it to ya.
773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839.
Now turn the pressure on. Oh gosh, turn it on. Oh gosh. Honey, cause she getting down, cause she in a heat, she want to jump in the water. Oh gosh, just hit the right spot. I want give it to ya. 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 I want give it to ya, baby. I want give it to ya. I want give it to ya. I want give it to ya. Don't mess it for me, so good, long girl. Don't mess it for me, so good, long girl.
So
So good, long girl.
I posted about tonight's show
So good, long girl. Don't mess it for me, so good.
and had gotten a couple of comments.
Don't mess it for me, so good, long girl.
And I get the impression that
Give me some more, huh?
I might be getting into some trouble tonight.
Give me some. Give me some.
Put my back broad,
The way they talk.
and I want to give it to you.
It's the only way they
So I hope you want to take it.
Enough one, enough two. Hey.
Now, to create a healthy relationship, one just might believe that it is necessary to stick to the script. And that script is one that shows all the common rules that we've accepted as necessary and right. And this is as it relates to being a couple. But if you and your partner are a little bit outside of what would be considered the norm as it relates to how you run your life, then you wouldn't need to really worry about ruining your relationship because you do things a little bit different anyway. As a matter of fact, there are actually some very interesting ways to improve your relationship. And these would even be considered taboo, some of them. And despite the fact that they sound different from some of the old-fashioned rules you may be used to, they could be quite helpful. Now, of course, I provide for a judgment-free, interactive type of show. And welcome you to comment any which way you feel like commenting in the chat room, as long as the chat room allows it. Of course, there is no use of expletives and such. We keep it above board. We use intelligent discussions. If you're new to the night shift, we talk about everything intelligently. So, regardless of who the host is, yeah, I know it's hard to believe intelligent and Stu, you know. At least I sound it. But if breaking old-fashioned rules makes you happy, then don't let anybody stop you. I won't be the one to stop you, that's for sure. I want to say big ups to all those who are dropping by in the stew pot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Invite some friends. Let's have a party about it. Let's have some fun. You should be able to talk about anything. Doesn't mean you have to. Wow. Okay. We invite tonight. Glad to have you, Shari. Welcome, Shari W. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you could tune in. All right, so certified counselor Jonathan Bennett says mindlessly following old-fashioned customs and advice never made any relationship successful. And that's because there is no one size fits all for being happy. There's no, take this recipe and apply it to your life. Block, copy, paste. No, that doesn't work. So go ahead, break a few old-fashioned rules if that is what works for you. Now, I have questions about that too later on, as it relates to rules and when to break them. But that is for later on. Now, there are so-called rules or guidelines about how to make a relationship work. Behaviors that are not appropriate or acceptable, but we are all so different as individuals. Colby Marie Z, a sex relationship coach, says we have different likes, desires, experiences, values, perspectives, baggage is for some people, needs. Yeah, because although baggage can be plural and singular, in some cases you have to pluralize the plural of the baggage. Yeah, it's that much. And so with taking all this into consideration, every relationship is unique. Now, if the individuals in the relationship are happy, they're satisfied, they're safe, they're fulfilled, then would it really matter, or should it matter what the rules are? Some of the taboo things that we're going to be talking about tonight would seem like a surefire way to create interesting situations between an individual and their partner. But there are some experts that will actually say that these things can improve your relationship. So, yeah, we all have some kind of baggage, Marlon. And some more than others, some heavier than others. Some just look bigger than others, but they're really light. So it's like a hot air balloon. Yeah, it's that big, but it's light. Alright, so let's look at the first thing. Sleeping in separate beds or in separate bedrooms. Now, there are some people that say, oh, hush posh. No big thing about sleeping in separate beds. We live in different houses. But that is all good and well when you live in different houses. It's a popular opinion that in order to have a healthy relationship, you have to spend the night spooning your partner in bed, especially if you live together. You just want to get close and cuddle up, and that is how you're supposed to fall asleep, and that's how you're supposed to wake up. But guess what? You've been watching too many TV shows, if that's what you believe. And the rest of the world is actually discovering that, hey, this isn't actually how things are. If you need some space at night to roll around, if you sleep like a starfish, if you're bleary-eyed from being kept awake all night by a snoring partner, then it actually makes sense to sleep separately. You know, some people are real restless in bed. They go to sleep in one place and they wake up in another place altogether. Many couples actually have what's jokingly referred to as a sleep divorce because they sleep in separate beds. For these individuals, having that private space not only improves their relationship, but also their quality of sleep. So, if that is one of those things that work for you and your partner, then take your pillows, grab your blanket, get going, and there's no reason for you to feel guilty about it. Sleeping in separate beds or even in separate bedrooms is only a problem when it's due to something negative. You notice the word negative and the word nenge nenge, which is a Jamaican term for those of you who are not Jamaicans. They both start the same way. Yeah. So, if you're sleeping in separate bedrooms because you don't want to be close or intimate with your partner, then you have a problem. And clinical psychologist Josh Kaplow says, what if it's mutually agreeable? Does sleeping separately make you both happy? Then, if it does, that is actually strengthening your relationship. And it is not taboo. As long as much as you love cuddling and spooning, a couple can sleep in separate beds and have perfectly healthy relationship. Yes, Marlon. You can share a bed whenever you like. Yes, Marlon. I agree with that part. And there are times when I would like more than others. So, yeah. But it makes total sense. If I have a partner that sleeps restlessly, then I really need some distance between my partner and myself. There are some people that fight in their sleep. And you tell them, hey, listen, I don't know what it was that you were going on with, but I had to get up and leave because once you said, yo, I am going to boss, the moment that came out. So not only are you sleep fighting, but you sleep talking, right? The moment that came out, I had to get up and leave because I thought you were talking to me. Now, if you have a situation like that going on in your bedroom, one, if you're going to be sleeping in that bed, pad up. Pad up. Because you will be sparring in the middle of the night. But if you can avoid it, and there is room elsewhere to sleep, if it even means getting an inflatable mattress and putting it on the floor in the hallway, or even there in the bedroom, doesn't, just for your safety's sake, for your physical well-being, because your emotional well-being will be fine. For your physical well-being, you may want to just ease on out of that room just for a moment. Not to say all the time, just for a moment. Just slide on out. Because that is going to be one rough night. I have actually heard of people coming to an agreement to create barriers for safety purposes in their bed. So it's not so far-fetched as it may sound. I know some people are like, what? People actually do that? They don't just go to sleep and sleep? Well, if you can go to sleep in one spot and wake up in that one spot, Well, more power to you. Good for you. If you're a cuddler and that is how you like to fall asleep and that's how you like to wake up, good for you. I will cuddle until I get comfortable and then it's deuces, catch you in the morning. So, hey, that works for me. Another thing that is considered taboo when it comes to some relationships is going out and socializing separately. Now, if your partner arrives at a social event without you by their side, or vice versa, there are some people that will raise an eyebrow and start what? I wonder what happened. Jeez, they're here alone. You never see, but they're married. You know, the whispering and the no. Who cares really? Many people think couples need to go everywhere together. And it's actually healthy to do things separately every now and then, believe it or not. Many people feel like they need to do couples activities all the time. But spending time apart can be beneficial to a relationship. And it allows you to pursue hobbies and interests that your partner might not enjoy. Plus, when you have some independence in a it is good for your relationship. You can't just be all up under your partner all the time, 24/7. They walk to the restroom, you're waiting on the outside for them. No. For me, my partner can take me to the restroom anytime. Anytime something is going to jump off. But, come on. Nobody really wants their partner with them 24/7. Do they? However, actually, I take that back. There are some people that do. Not everybody can deal with that. In fact, I remember taking a plane when I was coming to South Florida. I was flying from California, and there's a lady sitting beside me, and she said to me, and some of you have heard me tell this story before. She said to me, my husband is in that plane over there, and she points out the window to the plane next to us, and I'm like, okay, so business meeting, one of you not going home, going to a business meeting? She goes, no, we're both going home. I said, so why are you on two different flights? Well, he lives somewhere else. He lives in New York. I live in Florida. I'm like, oh? She goes, yes, and it's been that way for about, I don't know, about 15 years now. And it has been the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm like, whoa, hold up. That is not normal. She goes, hey, it works for us. I know it might sound kind of crazy, but it works for us. It's one of the best things that ever happened because we schedule our meetings together. And we meet up at various places. And because we don't live together, when we do meet up, that time is for nothing else but fun time. And I'm like, and this was my first introduction to real talk. Believe it or not. I didn't know where that conversation would take me. Clearly, this is where it has gotten me. As I over the next few years, because it's been over a decade now, I was like, that is brilliant. Mind you, it won't work for everybody. But for those that it will work for, that is brilliant. Yeah, Marlon, if it works for you, it is your normal. So, Shari, would you say that they were normal? Guess 492, would you consider them normal? Or is that abnormal behavior. Because one of the things that I have learned, especially since talking to the people who study things of the mind and the psyche, I have learned that, well, for one, being normal is overrated. But it's only the norm because 51% or more of the 50.1% or more of the population says that that is okay. So that 49.9999999% that says, okay, no, something is wrong with that, well, they're just kind of put one side because now that becomes the norm. You agree with Marlon? Okay, cool. Take this, Marlon, and run with it. I don't know how many agreements you're going to have tonight. So, when you see people without their partners at social events, they're building their relationship, okay? Alright, so we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, give you all a little bit of time to go use the bathroom, have a beverage. Get me a beverage, somebody, please. And we'll be back after these few messages. Alright, cool.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
Connections presents Musically Yours, an evening with music among friends. Sunday, September 30 at the Polish American Club, 935 Rock Island Road, North Lauderdale, 33068. Doors open at 5 p.m. Showtime 6 p.m. Featuring some of Jamaica's best. The inimitable Karen Smith, the sweet Carol Reed, the consummate entertainer Harold Davis, engaging readings from Tiffany Robinson, the versatile Rory Ball, and the amazing Andre Shepard. Music by DJ Capone. Hosted by Sir Rockwell and Dr. Sue. Admission $40. More at the door. $60 limited VIP. Tickets available at eventbrite.com or call 954-627-4354. Sponsors: Simply Tea Fashions, Zuri Collection, RockTheBox.net, The Lady Song Show, RDB Events, Bailey Memorial Funeral and Cremation, and Rosen and Orr Attorneys. Musically Yours.
Are you crazy about the music industry? You aspire to hit it big in music? Or maybe you've sweated out a soulful killer beat and are now stuck finding it's not as easy as it looked. Oh, but it can be easy for you with JTMC. We've been there. We know how it feels. So we solve challenges like production, promotion, marketing, branding and development, and more. With over 30 years of experience, JTMC is a one-stop shop for artists. We handle your graphic design, writing services, PR, as well as event planning, e-blasts, artist management, and bookings, so also your website and social media needs as well. We're experts in using creativity to persuade audiences on behalf of artists, drawing on our diverse experience to create projects that connect with audiences intellectually and emotionally. artist success is everything to us, and our years of experience and commitment will be behind you for every one of your needs. If you've got music for the world to hear, whether you're a new or established artist, visit us at jtmcenterprise.com.
Greetings, Massive and Crew is the second annual Caribbean Celeb Basketball Game 2018 featuring FFY Team versus BP Records Team. Going down on Saturday, October 6th at the Sunset Lakes Community Center Indoor Basketball Gym, 2801 Southwest 186th Avenue, Miramar, Florida. Is going to be at 1:30 p.m. It's a free event. This year's event is in aid of the Shaq's Hope Foundation in order to help those affected by sickle cell disease. Donations will be accepted at the game. Special appearance by Miss Jamaica, Florida 2018, Dion Calendar. Commentary by Sir Rockwell, Nico Rebel, and Echo Slim. Big up our sponsors, Da Flavor Radio, Elite Global, JTMC Enterprise, Rock the Box, The Foundation Radio, South Florida Caribbean News, Music Meets Sports, Reggae Flavors, Real Rockers, All Time Printing, Heavy Beat, Vin Studio, Gifted Roots, GMAC Music Solutions, Miss Jamaica, Florida, Carib Vibes, Light Black, and Kevin Stew. It's the second annual Caribbean Celeb Basketball Game.
Hi, this is Cara Manti, and you're listening to DJ Kevin Stew, and this is the Night Shift.
I just want to take a moment and remind everybody about this coming weekend, this coming Saturday, the Paint and Sip event coming up on Saturday. You don't want to miss it because, I tell you, the last one was fun. This one is, I get to understand, going to be funner. So, yeah, that's a Kevin Stew word. So you don't want to miss it. Paul Campbell and Mark Cameron taking care of the business, helping individuals become superstar painters in one night, superstar artists in one night, because I've seen them do it. Paint and Sip, it's $50. That gets you in, and that takes care of all the supplies that you need. It gives you a complimentary appetizer. And it kicks off around about 7 p.m. Where? 7768 Northwest 44th Street in Sunrise, Florida. And that is a Moment to Remember studio. For those of you who don't know where that is, and you're familiar with the Sunrise area of Florida, then University Drive and 44th Street is the major intersection that you want to be at. And it is on the southwestern side. So you're going to head west, and it's right there in that plaza that's on your right if you're coming off of University. Okay? So you gives you a general direction right there. Anything you need other than that, call 954-226-8029 or 561-777-0557, and they will take care of you from that point. But you do need to RSVP before you decide that you're going to put on your clothes and head on over there, okay? Paint and Sip happening this Saturday and in the Moment to Remember studio. So if you forget the address, look up Moment to Remember. Not Moments, no S. Moment to, the number 2, Remember. The studio. Okay? Cool.
Let me be yours. Oh. Gotta be there.
Let me be yours.
As long as you want.
This is the one I call the original. Annette Brissett, Beres Hammond, there for you.
You taught me how to love again. You even talked to me when I needed a friend. To love is such a wonderful thing. Not everybody knows exactly what it means, but I'll be there. When you want me to, I'll come running, oh baby, and I'll be right by your side.
want to welcome you guys back to the show. Those of you just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. This segment of the show is brought to you courtesy of GMAT Music Solutions. Bringing music to life, bringing your event to life. They'll provide equipment for you or personnel for your live event. Give them a call. They'll answer and they'll treat you extra nice if you call my name. Their number 754-307-GMAC. That's 754-307-4622.
And I needed a friend. To love is such a wonderful thing.
So,
Everybody knows.
before we went on the break, we were talking about going to separate events. Now, the next thing that is considered a little bit taboo when it comes to having a discussion in your relationship is a discussion about hobbies. And it's taboo because some people believe that you should have the same hobbies, just like going to the same events. But it's actually perfectly okay to have separate hobbies. Now, while all couples should share some meaningful time together, there is no shame in having separate interests and actually pursuing them. Now, if you want to take a class or go out dancing or see a concert or buy your lonesome, guess what? Do it. Because it's acceptable. And there's no need for your partner to tag along everywhere you go, because doing things separately can be very, very healthy. In the chat before, while we're out on the break, Shari said there is no one size fits all for relationships. You and your partner do what works for you. Thank you, Shari W. And 492 said, even though life will steer you in a particular direction, routine can be a killer. And normal, in their opinion, is overrated. It all depends on what that normal is, though. So, I wouldn't go as far as to call it overrated. I would just say what the masses would consider to be normal might be overrated. How about that? Now, the next one I'm going to tell you, there are some people that will immediately go, no way, Jose. For those of you who are saying no immediately, I encourage you to use the number 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839, because it's quick. And you can just pop in and tell us your opinion on it and just pop back out. Again, judgment free. Because we're here to learn from each other and to help each other. I use the catchphrase, we have acceptance through enlightenment. Yeah. Once you go on the site, you see it. That's what Night Shift is all about. Because hashtag it's a movement, yeah? Now, the next one is ignoring each other throughout the day. What? Yep. You heard it right. Ignoring each other throughout the day. You ever hear people thinking that it's strange that you don't text your partner on your lunch break? Do you think it's strange that you don't do it? That's the more important question. Does your family think it's weird that you go on business trips and don't call your partner while you're away? Well, that might be a little bit weird. If having little contact with your partner while you're apart works in your relationship, then why are you going to let someone make you feel bad about it? The concept of constantly texting another person throughout the day can be quite romantic. But in practice, constant access to your partner can have downsides. Downsides? Yeah, downsides. Because you don't always need instant access to your partner, or vice versa. If you're busy with your work or a hobby, you don't need to constantly be texting your partner. In fact, it can be more meaningful to enjoy something in the present moment and then tell your partner about it later on, face to face, or cheek to cheek, or back to back, whichever works for you, shoulder to shoulder. But you don't really need to be all up with them all the time. You don't need to be in constant contact. And there are some people that would be saying, okay, you're crazy. I need to always be talking to my partner. Well, if that works for you, that's fine. No, again, 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839. That's the number you can use. Call me. And please use up the stew pot. kevinstew.com. Chat room, you can stay anonymous if you want to, or you can change your guest profile name so I can address you by name. Good evening, #happy. Welcome to the show. So the next one on the list is sharing and talking about touchy subjects. Now, okay, so absence makes the heart grow fonder. Not in this millennial age. It doesn't make the heart grow fonder. It makes it wonder. Which one? What does it do? Sharing about touchy subjects is the next one. Now, what is considered a touchy subject? If you don't want to share something with your partner because it makes you feel uncomfortable, it is okay. But if you have something that is weighing heavily on your mind and you feel like you cannot say it out loud because you're worried about your partner's reaction, then it may be a good idea to spill the beans anyway. Because it just might create an even more healthy relationship. Marlon says, respecting someone's space and interests are big enough for me. I love to stay in touch and finding out if she's okay. Okay, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But you're going to do that constantly throughout the day? I need some me time. I don't always need to be underneath my partner all the time. But being underneath your partner some of the time really works. It's beneficial to the relationship, isn't it? Of course it is. So they say, if there's something that's weighing heavily on you, then it might be a good idea to spill the beans. Talk about it. Because it might be beneficial to the relationship. You should not have a fear or reservations in bringing up something or someone in your relationship. And your partner shouldn't make you feel badly about doing so. Because you have a great opportunity to become closer when you realize anything can be on the table. And it is okay to put it out there. You have freedom to do that. Oh, we have a call. Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations.
The reggae music and walking talking encyclopedia himself, edutainer extraordinaire. It seems like you're gonna become a regular on this show. What's happening, Marlon?
Yeah, well, on the topic of the space, I was more saying, and keeping in touch, I was more saying that the space is a good thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's part of the whole concept of absence making the heart grow fonder. But sometimes you're in a relationship and you have separate interests.
Yes.
So there has to be that time where both of you can pursue your interests that might not interest the other person. But you can still, keep in touch and say, "Are you okay?" Just making sure everything is all right.
Right, right, right.
That's about it. But I think space is a good. Like I'm a person who I need my space sometimes. I need to be alone with my music.
Yeah, yeah. I know that feeling. I know that feeling very well. um, so you're all for the Amistad thing. Give us free. Give us free.
Yes,
Uh,
and then of course you have to make there's my time and there's our time.
right. There's and don't leave out your time. I
Yeah. Well,
recognize.
well, my time will be your time.
No, not
Your time
necessarily.
and my time will be the same time, and then there'll be our time.
Not necessarily. Because sometimes my time is just my time, and you don't want to. She doesn't want to have her time when I'm having my time, so
True
she would
indeed.
have another time, and then go
True,
take her time.
true, true, true.
But when we have our time, boy, that is a time.
That is a time. That's when you shall have a grand time.
Yeah, feel like you want to have some church. We shall have a good
I was
time.
gonna say, who says you have to go to heaven to have a grand?
Well, that grand time may make you feel like you're in heaven.
There you go.
See, here is Shari. No, I wonder if Shari is going to call. Shari W says, interestingly, much of the taboo topics raised already are rooted in insecurity.
Insecurity.
I wonder why Shari W would say a thing like that. Things that make you go,
Yeah, that makes me go,
Let's see if we can get a little bit more out of Shari with that one.
Yeah, I would like to hear some elaboration on that.
Yeah. So Shari W, if you would be so kind, you can remain anonymous on the call. I don't know if you would choose to do so. You see, I called out Marlon because Marlon can't really be missed. When you're a radio personality, nobody can really miss your voice. So there was no, unless Marlon called in and used that voice, this guy is tool. There was no way that you could miss Marlon, especially after coming on before my show.
There you go.
And being recognized from last week's show, co-hosting that one. So yeah, Marlon can't hide. So Marlon is becoming a regular on Real Talk.
Yeah.
Happy saying, please call so that we can stop saying, well, you know what?
Now, doesn't that make you go,
Yeah, see? I wonder if it'll irritate her enough to call.
Well, that would be the idea.
Right. All right. Much respect, Marlon.
Each and every time.
All right.
Yeah, blessings.
So, if I should have asked Marlon about this one, has he left? Marlon, you still there? Oh, he went. Anyway, but he can call back if he needs to. All right. So, telling your partner might be a good idea because you shouldn't have to fear being able to share whatever it is with your partner. There are many positives to being open, even if it feels difficult. And feeling censored, like you can't be yourself or having to dance around topics, is often far more damaging than putting them on the table. For example, people often avoid discussing their exes for fear of the axes. But while certainly you don't want to overdo it, it's important that you have open communication because there's always something to be learned that makes your relationship better. So go ahead and talk about that thing that is considered taboo. When those in a relationship need to have common interests, hobbies, etc., it could be related to lack of trust, just like Marlon said earlier, baggage. True. Yeah, very, yeah. Didn't really think about that, but it makes sense. It does make sense. Another call. All right, we'll take this other call. Good evening.
Hi, Sherry W. here.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It worked, Marlon, it worked.
It's not Marla. If you can thank hashtag happy. She got tired of hearing y'all say,
Well, we'll take that too. Hashtag happy, thank you very much. All right, so this insecurities thing.
Yes.
So throughout all that I've presented thus far, you're saying seems to be rooted in insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Well, you know what? Marlon raised a really good issue in the segment before with regard to baggage.
Mm-hmm.
What a lot of people fail to remember is that the individuals that we are today are made up of all the experiences that we've had to date. And when you enter into a relationship, all those experiences come with you, good, bad, and ugly.
Right.
So people go into a relationship, and yeah, they do bring baggage. I like to tell them that they bring these Louis Vuitton trunks with them, full of all sorts of stuff that they never resolved or couldn't resolve or are still struggling to resolve. So when you find someone getting into a relationship and they have issues with their partner having a separate hobby or going to events without them or needing to be under their arm 24/7, then a lot of that could be rooted in insecurities, trust issues, and stuff like that. You know, maybe them not feeling good enough about themselves or being able to trust their partner.
Mm-hmm.
And so they need to be together at all times. But when you have two individuals who are well adjusted, who are secure within themselves, then they have no issues doing separate things because they know that there is a level of trust within the relationship and within themselves that it's not an issue. Your turn.
Well, you know, you just caught me in a thought. And
the thought is?
The thought really goes to support what you're saying. Because the individual who has been probably jilted from another relationship, coming into a new relationship and wanting to make sure that those things don't happen again, whatever it was, would probably seek some sort of security in some of these things that we've mentioned already. They're going to all the events together. And so the baggage. And you're right.
Right. But so let me ask you this, Kevin, because everything that you're saying is absolutely true. What happens when you try to hold sand in your hand?
Only a little bit stays.
Exactly. So when you have someone who is struggling with past issues, for example, let's take infidelity. If they were in a prior relationship where they were cheated on, they're going to take that hurt into the new relationship if they never did anything to address that hurt. There's going to be that level of distrust. There's going to be that insecurity that maybe I'm not good enough and that's why that person cheated. Will this new person also think that I'm not good enough and eventually cheat on me too? They're going to bring all of that into the new relationship. And some people, just like you say, may take steps or act in certain ways to try to either keep track of or hold on to that person tighter than they did the last time. That inevitably drives that person away. Sometimes the tighter you try to hold on to someone is the more you drive them away. And a lot of people don't think about that. All they think about is, well, I didn't watch this person close enough, so the next one that comes along, I'm going to make sure he's in my line of vision all the time.
Or she.
or she, and I'm just using generic terms.
Yeah, because we always get the blame anyway. So,
No, because it goes both ways. It goes both ways. And so what happens is when you have, for example, I've worked with couples where, say for instance, the man's prior relationship ended because of an infidelity, meaning that the girlfriend cheated.
right.
In his new relationship, all of a sudden, I call it, and this is not a clinical term, so please, I don't want to get all sorts of emails, text messages saying, oh my gosh. Okay. It's almost like a PTSD kind of a reaction. All of a sudden, the person that you're now seeing will say something, do something, act a certain way, and you have flashbacks of what happened in the prior relationship.
Right.
So just like you said earlier, now you're going to want to do things differently. Well, maybe if I tell this person that they can't go anywhere unless I'm going, or they can't participate in this kind of activity unless I'm doing it too, or only when I'm watching this can they watch this. So all of a sudden you're holding that person tighter and tighter and tighter. Eventually that person's going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
Whatever you brought in from the last relationship, I didn't sign up for that. And if you're going to hold on to me this tightly, eventually you're going to suffocate me. So guess what? I'm out.
But also, with going back to the sand in the hand analogy, with sand in your hand, trying to keep it in your hands, it also impairs you from doing other things. So, not only are you stifling the partner, but you're killing yourself in the process.
Right. Because you're so busy trying to hold on to what you think you have that you're missing out on all the other beautiful things that you and this new partner could be creating together. You're so stuck in all the things that happened in the past that you're forgetting that you have an opportunity to build new things with this person. You can build new traditions. You can build new hobbies, new likes, new everything with this person that is so different from what you had in the last relationship. Okay.
Now, what if... Oh, thank you, hashtag happy. If you have lost your video, just go ahead and refresh the screen. Now, what if it is the same relationship? Because typically you hear people talking about things like that or doing things like that in a new relationship. What if it's the same relationship? So whatever happened. You didn't break up. Now you take the position of, no, I have to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
But and that's the problem right there, because you can't make sure anything. You can't make sure of anything because you cannot control another person's thoughts, behaviors, feelings, nothing. So if you didn't fix what was wrong in the relationship to cause whatever happened to happen, then there's a good chance that it may happen again. And if you're going to always hold on to those feelings and keep going back to, well, do you remember when you did so-and-so? Or you cheated once, so you're always going to be a cheater, so now I'm going to make sure you don't go anywhere without me. If you're going to do that, then all you're going to do is continue to stifle the relationship. Nothing is going to change. So,
because you are an excellent person for me to have this discussion with, although this
really?
clearly you are the person that I should have this discussion, because this is where it has decided to go. So what if then, using that example, continuing with this example and building on it, that individual, you say, okay, you cheated, once a cheater, always a cheater. What if that individual just so happens to be the type of individual that doesn't work well in, for argument's sake, a monogamous relationship? What if they started out thinking that, okay, I really can do this, but then realized within themselves that, hey, maybe I really wasn't cut out for this monogamous thing, but I'm here in this relationship now, and this is where I am. I can't talk to my partner about this. That is what that individual is thinking. Yet still, they're pulled to the point where this is who they believe they are. So how that discussion comes out how?
I tend to be a very practical person, and maybe that's part of, I don't know, that's part of my charm. I don't know. I think I'm very
you have
practical.
That? Clearly you do. You're here now. Clearly you are charming.
If you're in a relationship where there has been an infidelity,
yes,
and you have reason to believe that that behavior on the other person's part is going to continue for whatever reason, and you choose to stay, then you have to look at the reasons why you choose to stay. And there is, once again, like I said before, there is no one size fits all.
Right.
Okay? There are relationships that are abusive, meaning that the person who is choosing to stay despite the continuing infidelities feel that they have no option, no other recourse, no other support, so they have to remain where they are. Or they have chosen to accept the situation. Maybe they feel that maybe in their minds, due to their own security, they feel that no one else will want them or they can't do better. And so they figure they're just going to stay and deal with it.
But that's settling, isn't it?
Pardon?
That is the equivalent of settling, isn't it?
It is settling, but for the person who has such low self-esteem that they believe that this is the best that they can do, until they have worked on themselves and are stronger and more self-assured and more self-confident enough to leave that relationship, what do you tell them? Or the person could be in a narcissistic type of relationship, which is just as abusive because it's emotionally and mentally abusive. Because when you're in a relationship with a partner who's narcissistic and they gaslight you into thinking that what you think isn't really happening, even though you see it with your own eyes, then who do you believe? Okay? Fourth, and on the fourth level, there's a person that says, you know what? I'm just going to accept that this is who they are. I'll deal with it for whatever benefit I think I'm getting out of it. I'm going to choose to stay. They can go ahead and do what they want to do, and I'm just going to do me. So there is no one size fits all for a relationship, like I put in the chat room before.
Right.
Every relationship is different. It's made up of different individuals, different parts, different baggage, different everything. And people do what works for them. It's not always healthy, but no one on the outside of the relationship has the right to judge that relationship unless they're in it.
Don't talk to me about my journey unless you've walked a mile in my shoes.
Absolutely.
So before you get off the call, I'd prefer to keep you on because the views, but other people might be scared to call if you stick around. But you can call other people. You can call. I can conference the call. Don't worry. Guest 477 says, I was guilty of bringing baggage into my relationship. I found it hard to trust because of my insecurities. Over time, though, things have changed because of open discussions about my insecurities.
Right.
But you have to get to the point where you can have that discussion.
Exactly. This is a person who decided that they were tired of living the way that they were living and they were going to take charge of their own life. And that's not an easy step to make. That is not an easy step to make. And I have worked with a lot of couples who have found themselves in various stages of their relationship. And some of them, like I said, are fearful of speaking up for themselves. They're fearful of challenging their own insecurities and figuring out why they're insecure. And others have said, you know what? I've been this way for way too long. I need to do something about me in order to have the life I know I'm meant to have. So
it's about recognizing who you are and what you can handle.
the two A's that I work with and that I advocate for is awareness and acceptance.
Oh, whew. Clearly, it wasn't what I was thinking.
You're so funny. Oh, yeah. Awareness and acceptance. Developing awareness of who you are, where you are, and accepting who you are, where you are.
Mm-hmm. It's that's a process, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's a process.
It is. It is. But it's part of why I love what I do.
What do you do?
Me, I'm the resident pain in the neck to Kevin Stew.
Well, that sums it up. For those of you who don't know, clearly I know this woman, and clearly she knows me.
I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I work primarily with women who struggle with the very same insecurities that I've been talking about. Whether they are single in committed relationships or married, I help women develop awareness and acceptance, and I help them find the change that they want in their lives.
Thank you very much for doing what you do. Before you go,
I wish more men were accepting, because a lot of the times the husbands are like, wait a minute, what is that therapist telling you? I don't like the confident new person that you've become. Who are you, and why are you still going to this lady?
But you see, me as a man in my relationship, that is the kind of woman that I would want to have. The kind that has developed that level of confidence within themselves, that awareness of themselves. Why not? Because at that point, we can have better conversations.
Insecurities. There are a lot of men who are like, wait a minute. I like it when I could tell you what to do or you don't talk back. I have one husband right now that says, I like when my wife is submissive. Well, so wait a minute, what does submissive mean? Does it mean that she doesn't speak up for herself? I mean, this woman came to me, she was broken, and I had to tell her in her first session, are you sure you want to do this? Because I'm not sure your husband is going to be accepting of this strong, confident, self-assured woman you're going to become. And she's like, well, I'm not doing this for my husband. I'm doing it for me.
There you go.
It's like, all right, let's do it.
There you go.
And so said, so done. 4 weeks later, he's complaining. I don't like this.
Send him to me. I'll have a conversation with him. See, Marlon is agreeing with me. That's what he would want too in a relationship. That strong, confident type. The one who is aware of who they are and recognizing that, listen, who I was a few months ago may not be who I am today because of what I've been exposed to, what my experiences have been, and realizations about myself. So, yeah, I would want that person. Now, I got this message coming in on the text line. My ex would frequently take business trips to the Caribbean. When we met, he felt it was necessary to give me notice. He would be at the airport, ready to board the plane, and then call me to tell me that he would be back in 3 or 4 days. He left no notice at any point in time that would suffice. I was strongly opposed to this. He could not understand why this made me angry. Mind you, he was a man in his 50s. Over time, he became compliant because he didn't want to hear me bothering him. To this day, if I meet a man who travels frequently, I do, capital do, have issues with it. But I try not to say anything and just work on it from my end. So, all right, so I'd be curious to know what the working on it from that end consists of. That was just somebody sharing a message by text.
Okay, so remember I talked about the two A's?
Yes.
Awareness and acceptance. So this is someone who is aware that they are struggling with this type of behavior and is working towards developing some sort of acceptance around that kind of interaction between her and her husband. So, can I accept that this is who he is? There's no malice or negative connotations attached to his travel patterns. And I just need to recognize that it's my insecurities because of past relationships that's making me so suspicious. Because first you have to develop the awareness of, why am I feeling this way? What is causing me to feel this way? Is it because of something that's happened in the past, or is there really something going on? So that's the awareness. And then working towards the acceptance as to, okay, can I accept this or can I not? And if I can't, what do I do about it?
Let me ask you this, Sharon.
And can I accept the consequences of whatever I'm going to do about it?
As it relates to accepting,
Mm-hmm.
would you say that it is a good point to start would be recognizing that you really cannot, like you said earlier, and I think everybody recognizes it, you cannot control anyone's actions, but you can control yours. So would you say that is a starting point to coming to a point of acceptance?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Somebody put a plaque on my wall.
A lot of us women are guilty of thinking that they can get into a relationship and change the man. Okay? And let me just say this.
Again.
No woman can change their man.
There it is.
If your man recognizes that his behaviors are not pleasing to you and he loves you enough, he will change for you, but you can't change him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so any woman that gets into a relationship going, it's all right, he's this, and this, but just give me a couple of years and I'll change it. No, it doesn't work like that. You can't change anyone. You can change yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't change him. He will decide whether or not he will change for you. If it's worth it to him to keep you or to be in that relationship with you, then he will change for you. If it's not, then he'll just do him.
So if he values her and this is what she prefers, but this is who he is, you're saying that if he values the relationship that he has with her, he should change who he is?
Not that he should. If he decides that it's worth it for him to change that behavior because he values her and he values the relationship, then he will make that decision as to whether or not he's going to change.
But wouldn't that be giving up being who he is?
No. It would be him committing to his relationship.
So, if then the idea of a relationship is not what she has in mind, but he wants to be with her and still have the idea of what he has as a relationship, then they will have to work that out and see whether or not they can continue.
More or less. The relationship, remember, we are evolving, growing beings.
Right.
And just because we get with someone, we don't stop evolving or growing. It's when we enter into a committed relationship, you then begin to evolve and grow together. Mm-hmm. So my preconceptions of what type of relationship I'm getting into or the type of relationship I want, and his preconceptions, once you enter into that relationship and you get to know each other and you make that commitment to grow and evolve together, your relationship is going to change.
Right. 447 said, I didn't like the person I was becoming. I was allowing my insecurities to control my thoughts when my partner and I were apart. So I had to make some changes. I guess she had to make some changes. Or he had to make some changes. They had to make some changes. Happy said, a person cannot expect their partner to accept who they are when they haven't accepted themselves as yet.
Amen. Speak.
No, that is some subterranean thoughts right there.
Well, speaking of subterranean thoughts, I'm going to throw this, and then I feel like I want to jump off after I throw
Okay, that's fine.
this. You may not agree. So Marlon, if he's still listening, I'm sure he is. He posted a picture in the Facebook comments.
Yes.
Right? And the picture was of a man and a woman together in bed, and the man saying, you know, I asked you 30 minutes ago how many lovers you had previously, and you haven't answered me. And the woman said, well, I'm still counting.
Right.
When you talk about, right? So when you talk about taboo topics, right? Just because you want to know something doesn't necessarily mean you need to know something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just because you can say something doesn't mean you should
say it.
If you feel that you have this burning need to know how many previous lovers your partner has had, then my question to you would be, why is that important to you?
Right.
And what does it have to do with your current relationship?
Right. How does that help you? Any? How does that help the relationship? Right. Any?
And if your response is, well, I just want to know,
then it's not as important.
I act like, yeah, exactly. I start asking the why questions. Why? Why? Why?
Here comes the 2-year-old.
Exactly. Yeah, I become the 2-year-old. Why? Why? Because there's nothing good that can come from, number one, you asking that question or the response that you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So, on that note, Mr. Stew.
Thank you, Miss Shari. Thank you very much. Please stick around for the remainder of the show, because I got some more. On this list.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's 11:22, and I need to spend some time with my husband.
You're just saying, no. Let him listen to the show too.
No, it's our time.
Oh,
we have spent the day apart, and now this is our time.
That kind of time. Well, you know, let me not interfere much further.
Thank you, dear. Good night.
I bid you adieu. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
All right. Good night. Whew. Yes, sir. So it's kind of unfortunate that we're losing Shari right now, because the next one on the list is keeping a few secrets. Pum pum pum. I had not mentioned it earlier. We are now in the JTMC sponsored segment. So thank you, JTMC and crew, for sponsoring this segment. Yeah, she's a pain in the neck on some other places too, Marlon. But I won't say that out loud so that she could hear or agree with you. Alright, so just checking if I didn't miss anything else in the chat room. Thank you guys in the chat room, by the way. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys who are sending me messages on the text line. Truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you for sharing, because you know it does take quite a bit to share of yourself, and so don't think that it's not appreciated. It is truly appreciated. All right, so the next one on the list is keeping a few secrets. I'm not sure if we can get through all of these tonight. Keeping a few secrets, and if you swing the pendulum the other way, if you swing at all. It can be considered taboo to keep secrets from your significant other, because you're supposed to be best friends and partners. Well, should you be best friends? Maybe that's another show. Should your partner be your best friend? Pom pom pom. So, as according to some theories or some arguments, you should be telling your partner everything, right? Well, guess what? It's actually perfectly fine to keep a few things secret. What? I should keep secrets from my partner? Yes, you should. Just like was said earlier, Not everything good to eat, good to talk. Old Jamaican saying, not because you want to know or you have a burning desire to say something means that you should. I understand you might want to share and be open, but there's some things that you can keep close to your chest pocket, keep close to the heart. There's the belief that in order to have a strong romantic relationship, we need to be complete open books with our partners. And that's not necessarily the case. It may sound counterintuitive, but there are secrets that you should keep from your partner. If you don't want to share something private about your past, then don't. If you're mulling over an issue and you're not ready to share it, that is okay. It's all about deciding what's right for your relationship and going with your gut when it comes time to time to tell secrets. In doing so, you'll be creating the type of relationship that is just right for you. Now, I would really want to get a psychologist's view or sociologist's view on that. But our expert has bailed on us to go spend time with her husband, so I will leave that one alone, and hopefully we can discuss that one another time. Keeping secrets, is it okay? Is it really okay to keep secrets? But I guess that will go back to the point that was raised earlier with about not everything should be said, although you want to say it. Marlon says yes to best friends. And well, is it that you should be best friends before you become lovers, or should you become lovers in the hopes of becoming best friends? And if you're not best friends and you're in that type of relationship, then is that the relationship for you? So here are all these other questions when it comes to the relationship and the best. So I guess that's another show right there. All who say yay for that one, let me know, and I'll get the research department going. I'll mobilize the research department. Let me know. You want me to do a show on should your best friend be your partner, or should your partner be your best friend? We talked about going on vacation or doing things alone, like going on vacation. But again, it may sound crazy going on vacation without your partner, or even taking a weekend off without your partner. But having moments away from each other can improve your relationship. If you are in a committed, trusting relationship, the time apart can actually bring more to your relationship than you'd expect. New conversations, how much they appreciate you and all that you do, time to miss each other, things like that. While you certainly want to do things together and create bonds doing things together, you shouldn't be afraid to do things alone sometimes. But only if that works for you. Oh, so you guys in the chat room, you agree that you should, I should do a show on best friend, and okay, cool. I will do a show on that. Good question, Marlon. Do you tell your best friend everything? Ah, yes. I would never want my partner to be my best friend. Why not? Why not 477? Why would you not want your partner to be your best friend? Do I want to get into this right now? I think we should save this one for the best friend show. All right, so research department, we need to get out there and do this. Separate vacation help relationships. I want him to miss me and also to enjoy himself without having to worry about my happiness. Okay. Let's see how many other people agree with separate vacations. Trouble in a car. Oh, should I have hit that play button just now? Let me see. Bottom of the hour. Yeah, 29 minutes to the top. 29 minutes to get out of here. Thank you to JTMC for sponsoring this previous segment. We are now rolling into the final segment for the evening, the Wake Up and Live segment. And this is brought to you courtesy of Sir Rockwell and the Wake Up and Live show. Sir Rockwell comes at you at 7 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern Time, roundthebox.net. And around about 10:15, 10:20, somewhere around about there, the drive-by happens. And that's when I sneak into the studio and secretly turn on the mic that is on the other side of the table. And then he recognizes that I'm there and can't really... Well, he's done it before where he's turned off my mic. But I should get away with it. Sir Rockwell is actually expecting me for tomorrow. And tomorrow he has Father Holang passing through again. It was so nice the first time he had to do it twice. Sir Father Holang passes through tomorrow morning on the Wake Up and Live show. So this morning he had Deville and Kashif Lindo and Mike C in there, and they were having a grand old time. I didn't get to tune in much to that because I was in a training. Yeah, I couldn't get to tune into that. But tomorrow I have no training. Well, that kind of sound wrong. But okay, we're gonna run with it nonetheless. Okay. So separate vacations help relationships, and Marlon agrees with that. I had my best friend before I met my partner. So because of that, you don't want your partner being your best friend? Alright, so I will do a partner versus best friend show. Alright, I will do it. I no getting away from it. I will do it. So it's musical therapy time. There are some other things that are on the list, and you want me to tell you what they are? Just mention the headings. Okay, let me do it real quick. Give you some things to think about. Getting real about money. That's one of the topics. That could be considered taboo. Dirty talk. Not all relationships have dirty talk as a part of the relationship. They just don't do it. Whether it is talking dirty before sex, talking dirty during sex, talking dirty after sex, it just doesn't happen for some. Because it just doesn't. There is sexual experimentation. That's not a discussion that happens in some relationships. This is my level of sexuality and this is where it stops, and we will not be having a discussion about it, period. Done. But it's one of those things that could actually help to develop the relationship if that works for you. As it relates to best friends and partners, they both have their respective roles that they play in my life, and I love it that way. Okay. Clearly that works for you. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So dirty talk is one of those things. Yes, Marlon, just like that. Ignoring each other while at home. Believe it or not. I guess that goes along with the going out and the hobbies. Ignoring each other at home. And letting any and all emotions be okay. There are some people that don't really work well with the emotional type. they getting upset, and no, you shouldn't get upset, so don't get upset because now you're going to make me upset, kind of a deal. And another one is being in a long distance relationship, having that conversation that I got this job offer and I know you have your job and I don't want you to leave, so for the next I don't know, few years we might be in a long distance relationship. Some people think that, okay, you're going to move away, that's it, we're done. And that again could be seated in insecurities or past experiences. But like Shari said earlier, the only actions you can control are your own. So, what you gonna do?
Just like the fire in the rain, I'm putting you out, I'm putting you out. Don't come calling me again, so bad. It's like you like Green Day. Running round with your girl, them up, come tell me about your friends. Take me not notice the icky and the lipstick stains on your shirt and the few missing buttons. You get your tree in a ear, missing nothing. Why should I complain when I know that sometimes
this is the sound of IKEA.
shock you when you heard I got a man. Shock you if I tell you he just left before you came. Shock you if I tell you that he is one of your friends. This love is a battle, a battle. You getting at me, me getting at you.
It's called lipstick.
Up on me, I came back to. Woman came up on me, I came back to. This love is a battle, a battle. You getting at me, me getting at you. Woman came up on me, I came back to. Woman came up on me, I came back to. So if the man a creep, one creep, man I lose my appetite, man I lose my sleep. Them say you can't do what I do and still be a lady. But if the man a cheap, me a cheap. You pick her up in a this and you pick me up in a jeep. You bring her a motel but we go 5-star suite. I pay I bought the bun, I just on the seat. Boy you shouldn't start a fire if you can't stand up. This love is a battle, a battle. You getting at me, me getting at you. Woman came up on me, I came back to. Woman came up on me, I came back to. This love is a battle, a battle. You getting at me, me getting at you. Woman came up on me, I came back to. Woman came up on me, I came back to. It's like two, it's like two, it's like two, it's like two, it's like two.
You knew I was gonna go there, right?
We thought to be friends.
Talking about
The only way you're
having conversations, taboo conversations in the relationship. Here's one.
Though you are my wife, my sweetheart, you should not fight. So that's the reason
Bim Lewis
why
and
you
Clover,
should be friends.
sweetheart.
A sweetheart and a wife should never be friends. My sister told me that from I was 10.
Way past your bedtime,
I
477.
don't think it is right that for me your lawful
That's
wife
unfortunate.
should ever keep your sweetheart for my friend.
Can't you do 10 more minutes?
My sweetheart, feel that you should
If
be
not,
a friend.
I understand. Sweet dreams to you, 477.
Has to help you now and then. And she cannot understand how you want to.
No, hold up, Bim. Hold up. So, in that section of the song just now where he said, a sweetheart and a wife should be friends because, she has to help you out every now and then. There was a video where a lady was talking about, talking about I don't really like using that word, side piece, but the auxiliary lovers in the relationships and the benefit of auxiliary lovers. And I thought it was really interesting. So if you ever come across that video, I'd love to hear your viewpoint on it. Just go ahead and shoot me a text. 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839, or give me a call and just tell me your viewpoint on that video where she talks about auxiliary lovers being a benefit in the relationship.
I sweetheart to be friend. But
see, 477 had to get in a last bit of a point right there.
And although you are my wife, my sweetheart, you should not fight. So that's the reason why you should be friends.
A sweetheart and a wife should never be friends.
Was he in a relationship with those three women, Marlon?
My sister told me that from I was 10, and I don't think it is right that for me your lawful wife should ever keep your sweetheart for my friend.
My sweetheart feel that you should be our friend, because she has to help you now and then, and she cannot understand how you want to hold a man while others have to borrow from their friends.
Well, I am different when it comes to men. Do not borrow, neither do I lend. For although I am a fool, I don't like to share my tool. For that is what I call my bosom friend.
I know you have some very selfish ways, but can't you see we're living now in modern day?
I'd love to know how he pulled that one off, Marlon.
Fine, if you'd only
And what happened in the end.
and let the three of us be jolly good friends.
I would like you and my sweetheart to be friends.
Never dare to use those words to me again.
I was only making fun.
That is one joke I don't run.
Yet you want me and your sweetheart to be friends. Yet you want me and your sweetheart to be
Yeah.
17 minutes to the top of the hour. Zona Sugar. Talking about real love.
Emotions deep inside, I find it hard to come out and just say how I feel. But if love was to again inside, it is you I see. Say what's on your mind, tell it to me one more time. Say what's on your mind.
Are you sure you want to know what's on my mind, Sugar?
I wish I could give you answers that you see, then you'd find your way. Oh, talking about real love, not just make believe. Touch your heart, mind, body, and soul. Yeah. Take a walk in my garden, tend to all my fruits. Yeah, give the increase of your roots. Why, baby, I'm not wasting your time. And I know you see a light in my eyes. I see. Talking about real love, not just make believe.
Go ahead and introduce me to the sweetheart 477.
And so, come walk in my garden, tend to
Let me see if I like you.
try to give the increase of your roots. Yeah. I've waited so long, yes. No doubt about it. I'm so glad that you accept me in your life. Talking about a real love, not just make believe. Touch your heart, your mind, your body, and soul. Hey, walk in my garden and tend to all my fruits.
Well, you see, that's just it, 474. We want to know the dynamics of it all. How did that happen? Because that's one of those things that you don't really hear of happening, but it's really enlightening. Well, for me, it's enlightening to know that something like that could actually happen. Happy running off. Have a happy night, Happy.
Kevin Stew.
13 minutes to the top.
Before I could run, I found you already settled down in the back of my mind.
Just a reminder that
I know
this group, Wild Tree, will be busy this weekend also. Or should I say, will be active.
True, I hear you calling. If I didn't know any better, then I'd be in love with you.
Wild Tree will be at the What's Your Elephant Artist Talk closing event.
Eyes of the one that I would be drawn to. I'm a moth lost in the fire. I know this is just a beautiful illusion.
That happens this Saturday.
A confusion between love and desire.
You could actually do all the events, you know. You could do VP Showcase.
You know any better enough, I'd be falling.
And then skip on over to What's Your Elephant. So VP Showcase, for those of you who don't know, VP Showcase happens on Saturday. And VP Showcase this Saturday features Teddy Greaves Jr., Lee Kelly, and Lady Tia. You hear Annette Brissett giving a cameo appearance right there. Please ask him, Marlon. Happy says, I will say that members of my family have made that situation work well. That situation like Marlon's friend. It's easier when everyone is upfront and honest, then no one is cheating because they're all in agreement. But that only works if that's okay with you. You know, you, the individual in the relationship. And would you know better if you allow that to happen? Would it be considered knowing better?
I gave him back the keys to his front door.
So you gave back the key because you knew better?
Cause it seems he didn't.
The son of Tenel or Tenil. How does she pronounce her name? Tenil, isn't it?
I gave him all the love I had and he spilled it. Yeah.
J-Vibe production right here.
Into a Gucci bag inside to quit. The Lord knows that I don't wanna be lonely tonight.
but you pack the man things, send them
wanna
away,
be lonely.
but you don't want to be lonely. Make up your mind.
Know that I don't wanna be lonely tonight. 'Cause I would rather to be lonely than to live a dirty life.
Oh, that makes sense.
Things that we've been through used to make me happy, now make me blue. I didn't believe the things that I've heard, no, but now I've seen it with my own eyes. I know actions speak louder than words, but Lord knows that I don't wanna be lonely tonight. I don't wanna be lonely. That I don't wanna be lonely tonight.
I want to thank you all for not making me be lonely tonight.
Don't wanna be lonely tonight. But I would rather to be lonely than to live a dirty life. Dirty life. Take your keys and go on, me no want them no more. All them dirty lies, you can keep them for sure. Me a one girl you can't play with. Me rather sleep by myself than to stay with. Bam, bam, what's a bam, bam, what's a bam, bam, what's a bam, bam. You see me?
No, not another teardrop.
Oh, Kevin, you're so good.
LB out of LT says, listen, I understand you don't want to be lonely anymore. This is what we're dealing with right now. Not another teardrop. It's on a Lloyd Brown out of London town.
I am done with all your games. I'm moving forward in my lane. No fender to bend to cause no pain. You've given me my freedom once again. I got no more love to give you, to give you. No, not another teardrop. Don't wanna be crying about you, over you. No, not another teardrop.
Not one more.
I thank you, thank you. No, not another teardrop. Got no more love to give you, to give you. No, not another teardrop. 25 plus years a lengthy road, filled with potholes, traffic cones. Now I see that cliff edge near inside. Yeah, I'm preening my wings and taking flight from the crest side. I got no more love to give you, to give you. No, not another teardrop. Don't wanna be crying about you, over you. No, not another teardrop. With everything.
So 474 says he probably took advantage of what women have been doing, being the ones pursued, leveraging their advantage to set the conditions of their relationship. That's some depth right there, 474.
Why are we going through the motion? Do we need to go through the motion? Why are we going through the motion? Do we need to go through the motion? Lost all count of second chances and the mitigating circumstances. Still we had our share of romancing. Still the cons outweigh the pros.
I want to thank you all once again for this week.
Out on this road.
Thank you all for tuning in. Remember, a few events happening this weekend.
Get you, no matter not that teardrop. Don't
The VP Showcase on Saturday. A bunch of them on Saturday. VP Showcase, What's Your Elephant with Wild Tree. And Paint and Sip happening at the Moment to Remember Studios with Paul Campbell and Mark Cameron. I'm gonna try to be at all three. Pray for me, somebody pray for me. I don't know how I'm gonna work it out.
Everything I got, I thank you. Thank you. No matter not that tears. Got no more love to give you. To give you. No matter not that tears. Got no more love to give you. You.
But
This is how we're rolling out.
Time to realize we see the changing time.
Reminding you that there's someone watching over us all the time and being there for us. Christina Alicia says, Jah is for us. I want to thank you once again. My name is DJ Kevin Stewart, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you. I come back on Monday right after Marlon does the Real Rockers show. 10 to midnight right here, rockbox.net, kevinstew.com. Of course, I want to encourage you to look out for members of your community. And your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So whether you walk, ride, or drive, those that you pass on the bus, on the plane, on the boat, on the train, these are all your neighbors. So look out for one of them today, because you never know who's going to look out for you tomorrow.
They planted from your birth.
And of course, in the midst of it all, I want you to be good. But if you can't be good, be good at it. Catch y'all tomorrow in the drive-by on the Wake Up and Live show. And then again over the weekend at whichever event. Listen, if I don't know you and you recognize me, just say, hey Stu, what's going on? I don't mind. I'll catch you all later on. Thank you very much. Peace and love. Good day, good morning, good afternoon to you wherever you are in the world. Good night. The moment is priceless. Consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.